Good morning, friends. It's been a little bit since I've talked to the camera, so it's kind of new to me again. So I finally reached the end of my stay in Junction, Colorado, and I decided to spend the summer in Maine camping on a lake called Moosehead Lake in a little town called Greenville in Maine. I'm starting my trip off in around Denver, a little bit outside of Denver, and I just put Greenville, Maine into my GPS, and we're looking at 2,200 miles and 34 hours of driving. So probably looking at a pretty solid 3 days about. And unfortunately, the first half is going to be kind of boring. There's some pretty major storm systems coming through an area that I'm going to be in. Shouldn't affect me too much the first day, but there's a whole bunch of tornado warnings in Texas and Oklahoma and up into Indiana, and kind of a mess. But that shouldn't hopefully affect me too much. If it's looking bad tonight, I'll probably head more towards Chicago and get up north a little bit. But either way, the first day my goal is to get to the border of Iowa and Illinois in Davenport, Iowa. So let's get this party started. This first day's going to be pretty uneventful. It's going to be a lot of prairie, a lot of flat ground. Chicken flavored rubber. Good stuff. Welcome to Iowa. Man, there was a little bit of nasty weather in Omaha when I was crossing the Missouri. Made traffic a little bit dicey there for a second. I ended up missing the Iowa sign. So I got about 4 to 5 more hours on for this first leg of the trip. If I'm feeling really good when I get to Davenport, which is on the border of Iowa and Illinois, I might keep on going for a little bit more. But I think I'm going to call it a day at Davenport. That'll be a nice first leg of the trip. It's not too often that I regret not taking a toll road. I decided to take the highway from a little outside Chicago to avoid paying the toll. I've gone from Tampa to Miami without paying the toll, taking the long way. I gotta say, this is the first time that I've regretted not paying the toll. I'm in Indiana, and while I can say it's very pretty, I've seen a number of, we're in Amish country, by the way, or one of them, and I've seen a few horse-drawn carriages and everything, and all the typical Amish stuff. And while it's been very cool, there's been construction the entire way, and I gotta be honest, this day of travel has not been so much fun. It's just been get some speed up, and you lose a lane on the highway for construction. But here's hoping it'll get to be a better travel day. So right now we're riding right along the edge of Lake Erie. If I can find a nice place to pull in and take a look at it, it'd be nice. But if we can't, if we miss out on Erie, we'll also be going down the edge of Lake Ontario as well. So we have two shots. I'm going to use the last of the light to sign off for the second day of travel. I've decided I'm going to stop in Erie, Pennsylvania. Welcome to day 3 and welcome to New York. I spent the night in Erie, Pennsylvania yesterday, and I really liked it a lot. Walked around downtown a little bit today, and I don't know, the people were really nice there, and had that, East Coast old house kind of thing going on. I was interrupted by a dead camera battery. I just stopped and got lunch, and today is a day of firsts. My first day in New York, it's going to be my first days in Vermont and New Hampshire, and it's also the first time that I've walked out of a fast food place from it being too gross. I was stopped in this little town about an hour back, and stopped in the subway, went to the bathroom, and walked up to the counter, and thankfully there was a small line. I'm not sure if I could have done this if there was just me in there, but literally all the containers of sandwich toppings and everything in the subway were completely uncovered, and it really didn't seem like they'd been cleaned in a really long time. So I decided that today's not the time to get food poisoning of all times, so I decided to unfortunately have to have McDonald's 2 meals in a row, but I'd rather have McDonald's twice in a couple days than food poisoning on the road. My first impressions of New York are pretty positive. It's very pretty. And I like that the things, at least so far, have been, they kind of keep the towns off the interstate. You don't have those big, ugly gas station signs every 10 minutes or whatever. That's all obtrusive, messes up the scenery. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely dense, but the towns are wildly small. I'm sure anyone from the Northeast isn't surprised by this, but to me it's very strange. And I'm not quite sure what kind of mountain range or hilly range I'm in right now. I know the Catskills are somewhere here in New York, but I'm not sure if where I am is considered them or not. But the hills here are really similar to the ones in South Carolina. Not rocky or anything, just up and down and roller coastery, nice and hilly. But overall, first impressions of New York are pretty good. Well, it finally happened. We just made our last fuel stop before we make it to Greenville, Maine on Moosehead Lake. We are officially in Maine, finally. I just filled up, and that'll be our last gas stop for the trip. About exactly 150 miles away from Moosehead Lake. Our home for the summer. I was really impressed with New England. I don't know if Maine's part of New England, but I especially like New Hampshire. I stayed in Littleton for the night, and I liked it a lot. It was like the epitome of what you think of when you think of a New England town. The tall white buildings and everything, the columns and such. And people have talked about how New England people are snobby, but I don't know if things have changed or what, or if Littleton's weird, how nice people are, but everyone that I talked to there was really, really nice. Didn't get any snobbery or anything from anyone. I really enjoyed it there. So we're about 3 hours out, and we can finally call this road trip done. I think it was a total of 2,300 miles or so. And as pretty as it's been, I'm ready for it to be over. Holy bananas, we are here. I've got dirt and dead bugs from like 7 states. Ooh. Well, guys, that was the trip from eastern Colorado to northern Maine. I'm about 100 miles away from Canada. I'm definitely going to go up to Quebec City while I'm here. I don't have much of an interest in the rest of Canada. But I hope you guys enjoyed the trip across the U.S. And I'll be making videos from here in Greenville for the rest of the summer. So I'll catch you guys later. See ya.